Yo, yo, yo. Happy Monday. Welcome back to our live stream here on Twitch. I am your humble host, Phantom Freak, aka Moistmaster Flex. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Hope you guys had a good Monday. Good start to your week. Yes, Dad is here. Yeah, had a pretty good weekend. What did I do? Mostly dog sitting. Yeah, I was dog sitting my girlfriend's dog because she went to the Unts Festival this weekend. She was up there with Shosh. They were like performing a track together. Um, but yeah, mostly just worked on new tunes, which was nice. I kind of had a lot of time to just like sit there and just like focus on tunes. And I was like banging my head against the wall for the longest time trying to finish up this one track, and I think I finally made a breakthrough, which is fantastic. Any hoops. Yeah, good start to the week. Let's look at our tunes here. We got Formerly Known from The Cult. We got Fresh Cut Freaks. On Thick Freakness, we have My Baby Dub. Free download on Garrett Shared. We got Slide from Tubalo. We got Amplified Beats from myself on Speed. Oh, what is this? Beats? On Speed World Records. We got Underground Flow that just came out this past Friday. And then just announced today, next release from Tones and Mihabella is Won't Leave You, coming out on May 22nd. Yo, what's up, Misguided? Actually, Misguided, please resubmit your tune because your Google Drive link was asking me for a request, so I couldn't access your link. And then the last tune here, we haven't officially announced this yet, but I have a tune with Broshi coming out on Gold Digger on May the 22nd. I don't have a fan link yet, so I haven't really announced this, but you guys are the first to hear about it. It's a thick garage bassline type of vibe. All right. And then our shows. We have an upcoming After Hours this Saturday. It's free with RSVP, so go RSVP here at the link in the chat, and you'll get the address on the day of, so you guys know where to go. That's Rhiannon Rose, myself, Tones, No Drought, and Space Bay. House Garage, Breaks, Bass All Night. And then this is, we're doing actually like a little takeover on a live stream. If you guys are familiar with Castle Dungeon or The Castle, we're doing a Thick Freakness takeover on May the 20th, which is a Wednesday, next Wednesday. That is also free. Just we're looking for homies to come hang out. If anybody wants to come hang out from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. Totally free if you just want to come hang with the squad. It's going to be myself, Chuck Shadow, Fox, Broshi, and Dare80. 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. on Wednesday the 20th. Yeah, and then I got some other random stuff coming up. I'm going to be in Phoenix. I'm going to be in Phoenix on the 22nd and 23rd. 23rd, I'm playing at Sun Bar. It's going to be like a daytime thing. And then 22nd is still not confirmed. I might play like this little after hours thing, but we don't know yet. We shall see. All right, let me see if I can grab your tune, Misguided. Hold on 1 second here. Yeah, and lastly, we got our sponsor here per usual, Eargasm Earplugs. If you guys need earplugs for shows, go to eargasm.com. Use code Phantom10 for 10% off. Totally worth it. I definitely bring them to every single show I ever go to. It's important to protect your ears. Misguided, it's asking me to download your link. So do you have a streamable link? Do you have like can you put it on Dropbox or on SoundCloud? Can you do private SoundCloud? Because yeah, this is still not working on Google Drive, which is why I always say do not submit it with Google Drive. I fucking hate Google Drive. It's such a pain in the ass. Can you try Dropbox? That would be ideal if you could. All right. Let's dive in over here. All right. No, Quivero, you're good. It's Misguided's track. He sent a Google Drive link, so it's not cooperating. Yeah, so let's get started here. For those of you guys who've been here before, you guys know the deal. I take these first come, first serve in the Google form, which is where you submit only work in progress tunes. All genres are welcome. I listen to everything here. And one track per a stream. And if you guys want to skip the line, you guys are more than welcome to. You just use your channel points or submit money on the bottom left over there. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Totally up to you. Yeah. Misguided. There is one other workaround you can do. If you want to export, I'll show you an example actually. You can actually upload it to SoundCloud. You can trick SoundCloud. There is a way to do it. Especially if it's not accepting. So right now, I don't know if you can see on the screen. I have a music obviously Stardust. Music sounds better with you. This is a little bootleg. It was taken down like every single time that I was putting it up. So what I did was I exported with like 10 minutes of silence at the end, and it let me upload it. So this is on my private SoundCloud. If you want to try doing it that way, you can do it that way. And it's just purely just for listening anyway. So like, I'll just skip all this fucking ending silence anyways. It's just a little workaround for the SoundCloud algorithm because it can be kind of a loose butthole sometimes. All right. So I'm going to name out the queue right now. First up, we got Leonard Ellis. After that, Rabble. Then Hot Damn. Kevin Kosiai. I don't know. I'm probably butchering that. Soul, Smile, Daddy JP, Donanas, Sinceriously, 12. Spindle, Young Eric Mark, 155. Quivero, Kari, and then Onacity. And then we'll get Misguided in there if you can send a new link. All right, we have Leonard Ellis here, so let's go with his tune first. Nice. Nice one. Super groovy. Really dig the vibes overall. The guitar is very nice. Also, the vocal works really, really well here. Let's see what the chat has to say. Drum sounding nice. Fire. Really sick. Is it me or is that bass hitting a bit early or off tempo a bit? It's kind of tripping me out a bit. Yeah, I didn't hear what you were hearing. Everything sounded very, very, keyed in and on rhythm and on tempo. So I'm not sure exactly what you were hearing. If there's like a timestamp you were hearing it at, we could probably take another look, but overall I didn't hear anything that really felt out of place. Yeah, let me go to my notes here. Dope drums and groove. Something you do really, really well on your tracks. Love the bass line and the guitars. The bass line is super groovy, and it works really, really well with these drums. The guitars are lovely. The vocals are fantastic. I think the vocals do a really, really good job of driving this track and kind of just moving things forward. So there's not really any part of the track that gets kind of loopy or boring or repetitive. It's just constantly driving and moving forward, which is dope. It's really awesome. Really nice sound selection. Low end and groove on the drop is fantastic. Very nice ear candy and melodies. Overall, very, very solid arrangements. And yeah, I mean, really my only piece of feedback that I would say is you could probably get a little bit more creative on the second drop. I think the second drop it feels like it's kind of just like a repeat of the first drop. So maybe just like adding in another element, maybe some vocal chops, maybe you can add in a fake drop right when you go into the second drop. But just something different in the second drop would be a little bit nice. Just to kind of differentiate it from the first drop. But really that's the only thing I heard. Everything here sounds fantastic. Sound selection is great. Vocal is great. Really nice melodies. Very solid groove. The mix down sounds super clean. Yeah, so really it's just like a creative thing. Just kind of, add some more variation to the second drop. Give the listener a little bit more to kind of chew on. But yeah, overall, just really, really dope tune. Leonard Ellis, really, really good job here. Oh yeah. No, I did not skip you, Soul. I'm going to read out the queue again so you guys know where you're at. Up next, we got Dananas because he used a skip. Let me refresh that. Okay. Then we got Rabble, Hot Damn, Kevin, Soul, Smile, Daddy JP, Sinceriously, Spindle, Eric, Quivero, Kari, and Onacity. So yeah, that's where you guys are at in the queue. In this bit. All right, let's dive into Dananas tune. Hell yeah, dude. What a fucking vibe, man. So sick. I love the tempo. I love like the piano overall. I just really love like this kind of speed house, piano house sort of vibe. It's definitely something that I would play out live for sure. Like once you're done, definitely send this to me because I would be down to play this out live. It's a vibe for sure. Let's go to the chat here. Vibes on point. Damn, cool piano too. Too fast for me, honestly, but it can be also an awesome piano one. Piano house one. I want to hear 5 BPM slower. Honestly, I like the tempo that it's at right now. But again, I'm a fucking psycho too, and I I play like, you know, I start my sets at like 130, and I usually end up somewhere around like 145. So I'm a fucking psycho and love these faster tracks anyway. So totally fair. I play 140 mostly. So yeah, you get it. You get my vibe. Nice mix down. Sick tune. Only thought for me is to work on the piano patch. It deserves a higher quality polished piano. Speed of the piano line is fine with me. Honestly, love a great mix master. Maybe shorten the drops. Not gonna lie, give it some breathing room. Okay, if you start at 140, blah 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 blah. You could also do 135, 155. Yeah, I mean, you could always. The reality is, you could always drop down to like 130. If this is at 140. You could always drop it down to 135, and that could always be a starting point. Because the reality is, like, whenever I play tracks out live, sometimes I'm gonna boost up the tempo myself anyway. So it really doesn't matter at the end of the day, as long as you kind of hit that kind of sweet spot range where a track feels good within like a 5 BPM sort of range. I think you're in a good spot. I could go 8 bars shorter on each. Maybe 16 on the first. Yeah, the reality is I don't think you need to necessarily shorten the drops. In my opinion, I don't think you necessarily need to shorten the drops. I was gonna say something, and it might be crazy, but I'm gonna get to it towards the end of my feedback. But let me dive into my notes here. First word I put here was speedy. Nice drums, very solid groove, very sick vocal. I love this vocal. This vocal is fantastic. Definitely has that kind of soulful vibe that you want to kind of hear from a piano house tune. I really like how the vocal is introduced as well as the keys. You did a really good job on the automation and the filtering. Very solid. Love the piano when it comes in on this breakdown. You have like these kind of like introductory keys, and then you have like the actual piano that kind of comes in on this breakdown, which is very nice. Really solid build up and tension. I put here the bass line. The bass line on the build up feels a little bit random, but I think it only feels random to me because it's kind of like full force. You're getting like the full bass line all up in your face, all up in your business. What I probably would have done in this little section right here is I probably would have cut out most of the lows. So you're getting only like mids and highs on the bass line. So you're only getting like a little bit of a taste of what's to come. Yeah, you kind of do it towards the end where you're kind of automating towards that tail end. But I think you should probably just keep it where it's shaving off most of the sub, if not all of the sub. And then as you get closer to that drop, you can kind of pull your filter back right before the drop, and then open that shit back up right on the drop. I think that'll be good because essentially you're gonna take away all of the sub on the buildup and the breakdown, and then give it to us like right on the drop. So it has a lot more impact. It's gonna hit a lot harder. Very nice drop overall. Sorry, excuse me. You did a good job with a lot of the layering, the drums. Everything sounds pretty clean and crisp. Very nice drum fills. Very nice ear candy. The vocal does a lot of heavy lifting here, which is fantastic. I think it just drives the track. Really nice energy overall in the drop. I did put here though, I think the mix needs work, but only on the bass line. I think everything else kind of works really well. You might be able to bump up the vocal just a tad bit, but the bass line I think needs to be adjusted a little bit. I think we need more sub and a little bit less mid-range. So yeah, maybe a little bit of a sub boost, and then you can kind of carve out a little bit more on the mid-range, just so we're getting a little bit more thickness on the low end. Yeah. Very nice progression on the arrangement. I actually liked the length of these. The layers are very, very nice. I think you did a good job overall on the flow of this. The only thing that I was going to possibly bring up is I love these vocal chops at the very end of the track. And I was surprised that I didn't hear them sooner. It kind of feels like it's almost like a wasted layer because it's coming at the very tail end of the track. And I feel like you could probably use this at the very tail end of the first drop. So it'll kind of give you some variation, and it'll kind of eliminate that desire or need to rip out, 8 to 16 bars of the first drop, because you're going to add in a new element that's going to give you some variation and keep things interesting and keep things moving forward, because I really love these vocal chops. Yeah, I think it works fucking really well. And I think you could probably bring that into the first drop at the very tail end of there. So you're not just using those full vocal phrases through the whole drop, and it'll add in some nice variation and change. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you. Really just some minor mixing stuff and, a little bit of an arrangement thing there. Just work a little bit on that bass line, and you could probably use those vocal chops a little bit more on that first drop. But yeah, this is fantastic. I mean, once you finish this, shoot it back over. I mean, this would be dope. I could definitely play this out live. It's something that I would play out live. Hell yeah. Good job, Dananas. Vocal rips. Vocal rips indeed. All right, we got Rabble. Do we got Rabble in the chat? Excuse me. Yo, that's my track. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Nice, dude. What a fucking banger. Love me some nice garage. Yeah, it's actually it's a travesty that we didn't hear a dub siren sooner. Um, all right, let's see what the chat has to say. Ooh, that classic organ, finger guns type beat, warp tune. Let's fucking go, fire. There it is. Sounds great, man. Wop 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 wop. This is the filthiest redacted file since Epstein. Damn. Nice one. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Both on the joke and the tune. Yeah, fucking sick. I really like this one. So let's go to my notes here. Really nice drums, really nice snare too. Overall, very just really nice, solid sound selection. Really like the DJ scratches. Very nice Reese. I love the rave stabs going on here. Very simple melody, but it's super effective. It works really, really well. The vocal is fantastic. I probably would bump up the vocal a little bit more in the mix, just so it's a little bit more present. But I do like the sound of it. I like the tonality and the processing on it. Has a very kind of nostalgic 90s vibe. And I think that's kind of, you know, since you have those kind of like little rave stabs, I think hand in hand, they kind of work together to kind of give you that kind of more nostalgic vibe. Very nice Reese in the breakdown. Very solid tension in the build. The drop is fantastic. I love a nice little warp bass. I'm working on quite a bit of warp tunes myself. Really nice phrasing. I think the bassline phrasing and the bassline motif is fantastic. Overall, very solid sound design. Very nice variations, both on the melody and the sound design. Very nice ear candy. I put here, be careful with using the octave notes. It's something that I do a lot too. But be careful when you do that, because if your warp sound has both the sub and the mid bass layered together, when you throw that note up an octave, you're also throwing your sub up an octave too. So you're losing a lot of that low end. So what I would probably suggest is separating your sub and your mid bass into two different lines. So you can kind of keep your sub in a general, you know, range of notes. So you don't lose any of that low end fidelity, that low end thickness, if you will. Because like when you have your sub and your mid bass layered in the same synth, and you throw it up an octave, then you kind of lose that low end heaviness. So yeah, I would suggest separating them so you can keep those octave notes on the warp bass. By all means, actually, I fucking love it. I do that a lot myself too. But just yeah, make sure that you separate your sub and your mid bass, so you're keeping that low end sub thickness while also getting that kind of really nice rich high end from the octave notes on the warp. I love the 808 on the second break. It's a nice little kind of change in ear candy. I wasn't expecting it, so it's cool that it only happens once too. It's like, oh wow, okay, I didn't expect that to come through, and it kind of just shows up. Surprise. Overall, very solid arrangement. Very nice flow from start to finish, and I like the fake out on that second drop. Overall, just super solid tune. Yeah, the only thing was just that little baseline thing. That's really the only thing that I heard here that needs some TLC, and then, you know, maybe just bring up your vocal just a smidge more. But yeah, this is fantastic. Yeah, let me know if you can't find a home for this. I definitely would take this at Thick Freakness for sure. Hell yeah. Good job, Ricardo, aka Rabble. Hell yeah. Thick tune. All right. Dude, we got Hot Damn. Hot damn. In the chat. They need to refresh. Okay, I will refresh indeed. Okay. Hot damn. Let's dive in. Hot damn. You gotta say it like a southerner. Hot damn. Hell yeah. What a banger, dude. The groove on this is just so fucking tight, man. Yeah, it definitely has kind of like a classic electro sort of vibe. I'm hearing that a lot, especially with like Chris Lorenzo and Chris Lake. Like they're doing a lot of this kind of stuff. Even MPH is kind of leaning into this kind of electro, old style electro sort of vibe. It's really cool. Let's see what this chat has to say. Nice intro. Funky. That little riser was dope. Nice call and response elements. Plus 100 on that riser. Lorenzo definitely a huge influence. Yeah, for sure, man. I like that Chris Lorenzo is like so like dynamic of a producer. Like he makes like all sorts of different genres and styles, and he's like always evolving. Like he's always changing. Like from year to year, his sound is always changing, which is really cool. All right, let's go to my notes here. Very nice kick. Yeah, no problem, man. Oh, you got an ad hitting? Okay. Oh, never mind. It's not. Okay. Okay. Very nice kick. The kick is quite thick. Nice vocal chops and rhythm there on that vocal. Nice tension in the build. Overall, very solid sound selection. On this whole track, I think the sound selection is fantastic. The drop is fat. You know, for how minimal this track is, it's really just like drums, bass line, and then like little ear candies and risers here and there. It's a very minimal track, but it's like super effective. I think everything works really well here. Really sick disco tom fill. Boo, 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 boo. The drops I put here, the drops are a bit short, and it made me want more. I think which is actually a good thing. So I think you could probably extend these drops at least another 8 bars. If not, you could probably just go ahead and do. I was thinking either you add on another 8 bars to each drop, and you could probably put a little bit of a outro here, or what you could do, if you wanted to get even crazier and weirder, what I would probably do is like do like a short breakdown after this 16 bar drop. Do a little bit of an 8 bar, like a real quick 8 bar breakdown, and then build up into a second drop. So what you would do is like 16, 8, little quick breakdown, build up into another 16, and then you break down, build up into this longer 16 bar breakdown, and then finally the last drop. So I think you could go 2 ways with this. Either you increase the length of the current drops to another 8 bars, or you do a 3 drop track, which would be kind of cool too. And that's if you have like the ideas to kind of push this forward. But I think the easier route is obviously adding 8 bars. But I think the more fun route is doing a 3 drop track. This is a very short track. So yeah, I think you can get a little bit more crazy and weird with it, you know? Yeah, I think that definitely works. You could definitely go that route for sure. But yeah, so far this is sounding great. It's definitely, you know, worth developing out further and releasing for sure, because this is, you have a banger on your hands so far. Good job. Hot damn. Hot damn. Hell yeah. Do we got Kevin Kosei? Sorry if I'm butchering that. Kevin Kosei. Boop, 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 boop. Kevin Kosei going once. Kevin Kosei going twice. Okay, I don't think Kevin Kosei is here. We got Soul in the chat. Young Soul in the chat. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tracks in the queue right now. Did I get any more submissions? Oh, I did get a couple more submissions. I got one from you, Heirlooms. And I got one from Cruz, the man's Cruz. Nice. Oh, Cruz, your link is broken though. Do we got Soul? Soul in the chat. Soul, you still here? I saw you a second ago. Say what's up. Soul. Okay, you're here. Cool. Let's dive into your tune here. Oh, and I got one from Zasher. Let me just throw that in the queue right quick. All right, let's dive in here.
So Hearts are racing, seemed in time. No more running, no disguise. We collide under lights. Closer now, don't let me go. Saying once I lose control. Take my hand and draw you right. You're the echo in my head. Everyone you never said. Now we're dancing on the edge. Close enough to feel your breath. Slow it down, feel the sound.
Nice, very groovy. Love the disco vibes here. Let's see what the chat has to say. Cool tune, piano is loud, at least on my speakers. Yeah, I can see that. I'm gonna go into that a little bit. Donana says sick, or maybe the piano could use a bit of high end taming. Yeah, I would probably agree more with that second one. Maybe a little bit of high end taming would be the move. That little acid part before the second break is fire. I agree. That little acid layer is super sick. This is V1. Just wanted to get some initial feedback and see what people think of the vibes. Yeah, it's definitely a fucking banger of a tune. I think it definitely needs a little bit of mixing mixing work to it, but the overall just kind of idea, the sound selection, sound design, vocal, it's all there. You got everything that you need. It's really just in that part where you need to kind of like lock in and get the mixing going. Let me go to my notes here. Very nice drums. I love the drums here. The kick is fantastic. Hats are very nice and crispy. Snares nice as well. Love the vocal. The vocal is really well done here. I like that you have multiple layers on the vocal too. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a little bit, but overall, really dig the vocal. I would probably throw on a little bit more verb on it, but not too much. Bassline is super sick. I like that the bassline just like driving. And then obviously the piano kind of adds to that groove too with the bassline, which is really sick. Very solid groove. Very nice. You know, you kind of do that quintessential kind of disco string on the downbeat. I love it. Definitely good to use that. I would probably bring it down a smidge in the mix, but definitely a cool sound effect to use. Really solid intro. I would definitely add in some transitional effects. I would like to hear some white noise stuff, some risers, especially in the build-up. Riser in the build-up. Maybe some white noise exhausts going from the intro to the breakdown, because this transitional area was a little bit empty. Going from intro to breakdown, going from build up into drop, and then going from drop into breakdown, and then again going from build up into second drop. So yeah, definitely add in some transitional effects. Yeah, you say you haven't done that yet. Okay, for sure. Yeah, but definitely if you could get around to doing that, I think that would help a lot of the transitional areas of the tune. I put here the build up could definitely use a bit more tension. So yeah, having a riser there would be fantastic. Was also specifically also wanting to hear what you had in mind. Yeah, so like white noise exhausts, I think would be the move for like going from the drop or the intro into the breakdown. I think using like a white noise exhaust would be good. But then on the build-ups, definitely use like a riser of some sort. Yeah. I think that kind of comes down to taste too. Kind of just what feels and sounds right. I can't recommend like a specific riser, but yeah, just kind of use your ears, use your best vibes, your best feeling. I really love the keys in the drop. I put here, I would probably tease that melody a bit sooner from the keys. So a very, very simple thing to do is auto filtering, or just play like a more stripped back version of the melody. So instead of playing the full, maybe just play like the downbeat notes. Just to kind of tease in that melody a little bit. And then use a little bit of auto filter to kind of just like, tone it down. Boo, 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 boo. But yeah, really dig the drop. Really dig those keys. The other thing I put here about the keys, I think it needs a bit more processing on the keys. No, let me know when it's done. I will be watching the Dodgers. Oh, Mookie's back. Okay, let's see if Cruz's track works. Nope. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, real quick for Cruise. If you want to grab your link, make sure instead of grabbing this top URL, you're going to go to share and grab this link right here, private share. That is the best way to do it. Because otherwise, if you try to grab this top URL, it's going to send a broken link every single time. So yeah, always grab this private share link. Yeah. Okay. Back in this. So. Okay, I think maybe that one worked. Let's see. Bingo. Okay. Cruise, that worked. Okay, back to what I was saying. Okay, so love the piano. I think it does need more processing though. I think right now it sounds a little too dry and too thin. What I would probably do is add a bit of chorus to it. Nothing too crazy. I don't think it needs to be like all this warbly spread out stuff. I think it just needs a little bit of thickening with a chorus would be great. And then adding in a little bit of reverb to that piano as well. Because it does sound a little bit too dry. I put here, I like that your vocal has multiple layers, but the one thing that I would recommend as far as mixing is I feel like most of your layers are kind of sitting at the same level as like your main vocal. So I think what you have to do is kind of pick one like more mono vocal to kind of be the lead. And then for the vocal layers, I would kind of bring them down in the mix more so that they feel like they're kind of backing it as opposed to kind of on the same level. Like so it doesn't feel like it's kind of like a chorus. It kind of just feels like you have like a lead and like backing singers essentially. Eric says if you have the Pro Q Fat Filter, there's a thing called Flat Tilt EQ. It can shift the tone more warm low end for the piano. Actually, yeah, that's not a bad idea. I think you can definitely play around with that too, because especially like Eric is saying, I think the top end does need a little bit of taming, so you can do a little bit of that tilting to kind of bring down the high end and bring up the low end a little bit. What else do I got here? And then overall solid arrangement, and I really love that kind of acid synth that comes in on the second drop. But yeah, this is a banger of a tune. I think yeah, with a little bit of mixing work and adding in some effects, you know you're basically done. You're on that like last like 25% really. Yeah, good job, Soul. Really groovy disco piano vibes here. Hell yeah. Guess what, bro? What? Chicken butt. Oh, it was made. That was made from. That's fucking funny, dude. It's made from with that Dread MC track. That's funny. What a massive departure. It's cool though. I mean, yeah, it's pretty fucking cool that it came from like a more 140 dubsteppy type of tune, and it like evolved into that. That's cool. That's really fucking cool. All right, we got Smile City's here. Okay, let's dive into this tune here. Nice one. Let's see what the chat has to say. Ooh, Big June. Nice. Cool vocal chops. Yeah, vocal chops are super dope. And I really love the melodies here. Really nice keys overall. I put here nice keys. It has like this nice little fuzz and distortion at the top end, which is really, really just lovely. Especially in the intro, it's a lot more noticeable when the keys are playing by themselves. It has this nice little fuzz to it. Vocal is lovely. I feel like I've heard this original before. Yeah, because that vocal is a bit recognizable to me. But the vocal is very nice. I think the vocal works really well here. This build-up had me confused for a bit because he kind of almost did like a double. Did like a double build-up. Yeah, so it threw me off in a way. So yeah, I think what I would say is that the kick in this build-up here is a bit too loud. Well, I think the kick overall is a little bit too loud, but I think it partially is because just of how everything's mixed. The kick kind of feels like it's taken priority in the mix down, and everything else is kind of playing support to the kick. So I would probably boost everything else up. The keys, the vocal, some of the other drums, and I would almost bring the kick down. But yeah, well, I think overall, I think the kick is just a bit loud, but it's most noticeable in this build up section because the kick kind of comes in full force and it kind of just rides through into the drop. So yeah, I think it probably needs, probably just needs to be brought down in the mix a little bit, but also some filtering there as well in the build up. I put here, I do love the kick though. I like the sound and the punchiness of it. In the drop section, I put here, I love the kick, but the sub is lacking in the drop. Yeah, which is absolutely what I felt. It felt like I was getting a lot of really thumpy, thickness from the kick, but I wasn't getting enough sub to kind of back it up with the groove. So yeah, I definitely hear the sub, but I'm not feeling the sub, if that makes sense. So I would definitely boost that sub in the drop sections, especially. Really nice melodies and keys. I love the vocal chops. Overall, very solid arrangement. I think primarily the only thing is just the mix down is really all I'm getting at, is just mixing with the kick and the sub. So thicker sub and probably less kick. And I think it's good to go. Yeah, Kate Tronada. I haven't heard the song in quite a while, but yeah, I do recognize that vocal. Good job, Smile. Hell yeah. All right, do we got Daddy JP in the chat? Daddy JP. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
feelings like so real. This feelings like so real. I've never felt like this before. This feelings like so real. I've never felt like this before. This feelings like so real. I've never felt like this before. This feelings like so real. I've never felt like this before. This feelings like so real.
Banger, dude. What a fucking banger. All right. Let's see what the chat has to say. Could be cool to add some textures at the start. Sick build up. Donk bass for the win. It's super repetitive and a bit long, but just subjective. Yeah. I don't necessarily agree. But yeah, we'll get into that. Very nice drums. I do agree that you could probably add in a little bit more textures in the intro, just kind of like some environmental background kind of drone, or you know what I mean, kind of like a environmental kind of sounds or something, just in the intro and maybe the breakdown sections. Yeah. Loving the kick. I love all the drum sounds you're picking here, and the little fills that you got going on too are fantastic. Very nice bass line, really solid groove, super sick. Really dig the build up, the energy you got going on here. The drop is fantastic. Everything's mixed very cleanly here too. Everything fits exactly where it's supposed to fit. Love the drop. The vocal fits very, very well here. I like that in the breakdowns it sits kind of like in the back. you know, kind of just like speaking to you, but almost like you're listening in on somebody else's conversation, which is really cool. And then in the drop sections, it's way pushed in the back. Got plenty of reverb on it, so it kind of fills in a lot of that backspace, which is nice. Um, yeah, really nice filtering and reverb. Awesome automations here. Um, dial in the fills a bit more. Yeah, for sure. Um, I love how the vocal sits in the back. Very solid arrangement overall. Love the build up energy. Very nice variations. Very nice ear candies. Yeah, so my only piece of feedback is definitely what did I say? I lost my train of thought. Um, yeah, just some, you know, some atmospheric environmental stuff in the background. And just like the intro and the kind of breakdown sections would be nice. But yeah, overall, this is a very fucking solid tune. I really love the vocal, the melody, the groove. Everything just works really, really well here together. I'm actually surprised you didn't use some crazy ass fucking picture like you normally do, but you know, that kind of got me more locked in on the music. But yeah, I got nothing bad to say about this tune. Just a little bit more environmental, you know, atmospheric type stuff, and I think it's good to go. Good job, Daddy JP. Hell yeah. All right. Do we got Sinceriously in the chat? It's either a crazy pick or the horse. Sinceriously in the chat. I'm gonna give Sinceriously a minute. I'm gonna go pee real quick, see if they show up. Sinceriously. Sinceriously going once. Sinceriously going twice. No, Sinceriously. That's actually a really cool name, too. Just slamming together Sincere and Seriously. All right. Do we have the man Spindle? It's been a while since I've heard a Spindle tune. Spindle in the chat. Spindle in the chat. Spindle in the chat. Spindle in the chat. Spindle going once. Spindle going twice. All right, no Spindle. Young Eric Mark up next. We got Young Eric in the chat. Oh, he left silence? Okay, for sure. Let's do it.
Riding through the city limo 10, I'm a veteran. Always been a boss, geez, no, I ain't checking in. You don't see the diamonds on the watch, better check again. Keep designers on the feet every time I'm stepping in. Riding through the city limo 10, I'm a veteran. Always been a boss, geez, no, I ain't checking in. You don't see the diamonds on the watch, better check again. Keep designers on the feet every time I'm stepping in. Riding through the city limo 10, I'm a veteran. Always been a boss, geez, no, I ain't checking in. You don't see the diamonds on the watch, better check again. Keep designers on the feet every time I'm stepping in. Stepping in, stepping in, stepping in. Veteran, always been a boss, geez, no, I ain't checking in. You don't see the diamonds on the watch, better check again. Keep designers on the feet every time I'm stepping in. Stepping in, stepping in, stepping in. Veteran, always been a boss, geez, no, I ain't checking in. You don't see the diamonds on the watch, better check again. Keep designers on the feet every time I'm stepping in. Stepping in, 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 stepping in. You don't see the diamonds on the watch, better check again. Keep designers on the feet every time I'm stepping in. Stepping in, stepping in, stepping in. Veteran, always been a boss, geez, no, I ain't checking in. You don't see the diamonds on the watch, better check again. Keep designers on the feet every time I'm stepping in. Stepping in, stepping in, stepping in. Veteran, always been a boss, geez, no, I ain't checking in. You don't see the diamonds on the watch, better check again. Keep designers on the feet every time I'm stepping in. Stepping in, 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 stepping in. You don't see the diamonds on the watch, better check again. Keep designers on the feet every time I'm stepping in. Stepping in. No, I ain't checking in, 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 stepping in. No, I ain't checking in.
Wow. Yeah, man. I don't listen to a whole lot of like hard dance type of stuff. I see a lot of people making it. And I really dig the energy and vibe to it. Definitely has like a really, really big energy. It definitely feels very European for sure. And I don't mean that in like a bad way at all. It just feels like it's definitely like European. But I definitely hear a lot more of it in the States nowadays, which is cool. Um, but yeah, overall, really sick vibes. The vocal has a very nice rhythm. I really love the intro. It's so simple, like, but the vocal definitely does a lot of the heavy lifting there because it's like so locked in on a rhythm. So it kind of gives you like a teaser, a taste of what's coming in the drop in a way. Um, and just yeah, I mean, and the reality is I don't listen to a lot of this style, so I can't really talk about the ins and outs of the genre. But from what I'm hearing, it sounds very solid. Um, oh, cool, good to know. I didn't know if I needed a legit intro. Yeah, the reality is I don't listen to a whole lot of this stuff, so I don't necessarily know. Um, kind of like the genre ins and outs. I mean, it would probably be a good idea to kind of get listen to some like reference tracks and kind of just get like a feel and a vibe for arrangement stuff. But from my perspective, like just from overall general music um, knowledge, nothing sounds like nothing here sounds like out of place or like it shouldn't be there. Um, really dope processing, especially on the vocal. It has like this really cool kind of grunginess to it. Um, almost like a flanger or a phaser type of vibe on the vocal, which is cool. Um, the drop is sick. Obviously, the kick does a lot of heavy lifting on these type of tracks, but I think we need more sub for sure. Definitely need more sub on the drop sections. But I think overall, just the phrasing of the drop and the bass line, the kick, I think all works really well. Really, really sick fills too. I love the kind of neuro reese bass that kind of comes in randomly, but I think it's fucking fantastic. It's really, really good. Love the sound design. The sound design is really, really well done here. Obviously, I love the breakbeats. As always, I do love breakbeats. Super solid arrangement. I like that the drops are a little short and sweet, and it kind of just like rolls into like the next section. So there's like a really quick breakdown, and you kind of go into this new change in the bass line. It feels like a little bit almost like mid tempo, I guess. That's the best way I could describe it. Oh, okay. Where? Where? Damn, 4 ads. Back. Okay. Sick. Yeah, what I was saying was I like the arrangement though. I like how it kind of rolls from like the first drop into that second drop pretty relatively quickly and relatively seamlessly too. I like that it changes the rhythm, so you kind of get into this sort of like mid tempo vibe, which is the best way I could describe it. Um, the arrangement was too ADHD. That kind of feels like what the genre is all based on. It's very ADHD. It's just like boom, 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 in your face, and then on to like the next thing. It's a very ADHD genre for sure. But I do like it. I do definitely vibe with it. I mean, again, like I don't know too much about the genre, so my best advice is obviously number one. What I'm hearing here is we definitely need more sub, but I would go and listen to a bunch of reference tracks just to kind of get more of an idea on arrangement. But I think what you're doing here already sounds great. I would say just keep doing like crazy, weird, wonky sound design things because I think it's working essentially. Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. Hell yeah. Bingo. Wonk. Yeah, no problem. All right, do we got the man's Quivero? Alternative rock. Ooh. Arctic vibe. Minus 4.5 loofs. Kind of loud in a good way. All right. Do we have Quivero here? Quivero. I saw Quivero earlier. I don't know if he's still here though. Sometimes people jump in and out. Okay, he's still in the chat, but I don't know. He's not talking. Quivero, Quivero, Quivero. Wait. Quivero going once. Quivero going twice. All right, no Quivero. Do we have Kari? Kari, then Onacity, then Heirlooms, then Cruz, then Zasher. And we got a couple of no-shows. Okay, Kari is here. Bingo.
Water, ice, salt, ayy. What are they gonna do now? Water, ice, salt, ayy. I know that's not what I think it is. A water balloon? What are they gonna do now? I know that's not what I think it is.
Motherfucking snare drum.
Dude, the vocals, like, the vocals are so random, but they work really, really well here. I mean, they're basically more like ear candy as opposed to like being a hook, you know? But it works. It works really well. Dude, what a fucking banger of a tune, man. Super sick sound design. Yeah, unfortunately, since seriously and Quivero, I had to skip you because I called your name and waited for you guys, but you guys weren't here. So I put you at the back of the line, but we will get to you shortly. The line is pretty short, anyways. Let's see what the chat has to say. That kick is so nice. This is mad unique. Reminds me of early Skrillex. Agreed. Definitely. Excuse me. We need Electro and Fidget to make a comeback. That melodic part is fire. Those chord stabs are sick. The sample. Haha. Ew. So good. Like this. Like it's like glitchy dubstep. This is bringing me back to 2010 in the best way possible. The halftime part is so good. Love the melody coming back. Yeah, some random YouTube video. Motherfucker snare drum. Yeah, dude, this is fucking sick. I was not expecting that from the intro. The intro felt kind of random, but like I was really digging what was going on in the intro. Yeah, really sick ear candy. Very nice low end. I love when the bass actually comes in. The vocal is super random, but it works really, really well here. Again, like I said, it's more like an ear candy. It's used more like an ear candy as opposed to like a main hook, which is pretty cool. It's just, you know, it's there just to kind of add in some texture and flavor. A little bit of a surprise element. The drop is super sick. Mix and master is super clean. The sound design is insane. I love the phrasing here on the bass line. There's lots of change and variations throughout the drop, so it doesn't get boring in the least bit. And very solid arrangement, really easy to follow along. And then the second drop with the halftime is just fantastic. Honestly, I have no notes. I think this is absolutely fantastic, and it is done. I think you can definitely do whatever you would like with this track. If you're going to self-release, if you're going to send it to labels, it's definitely like ready to like play out to people. You know, I think people will definitely enjoy hearing this out live. But yeah, very, very good. Very, very thick tune. Kari killed it. All right. Do we got Onacity in the chat? Onacity. They're trying to find a home for it. I played it when I opened for Peekaboo the other weekend. It was crazy. Nice. Yeah. Hope you got a good crowd reaction too. I don't see Onacity in the chat, so we'll throw him back here. We got Heirlooms, then Cruz, then Zasher, Sincerely, and then Quivero. So make sure you stick around when I call your name. Otherwise, unfortunately, I will have to skip you. All right. Heirlooms. Let's do it. Nice, dude. What a fucking treat. Melodically, it was just a fucking treat. All this like really, really nice sound selection, textures, atmospheres, processing, reverbs. Really nice, really, really great way to kind of fill the space. Um, yeah, fantastic. Um, the crazy thing is, mostly instrumental too. Like, there's not really any vocal, but it doesn't need like a vocal. It was just very rich in melodic content. Lovely pianos in the intro. I was always really, really enamored with the piano when anytime I came in, both in the intro and then in the breakdown as well. Some chaotic goodness indeed. I'm all about chaos. Yeah. I really dig the nature atmosphere. The sub is fantastic. You said your track is a bit loud, but you know I think it's loud in a good way. Exactly like you said. The melodies here are fantastic, from the pianos to the subline to a lot of the other keys, the saws, the strings, all the stuff. Very nice melodic content. Very nice build up, tension in the build up. The drop is fantastic. I like that you go from like this 4x4 into like a nice little halftime change. Arrangement is super solid. Very nice variations. I love the second breakdown. Especially because it gets so much more dramatic. You bring in like these guitars, really long drawn out guitar solo, very nice snares, a little bit more halftime, and then you build it up into a final drop, which feels a lot like the best way to describe it is kind of like future bass, I guess, because you have like these really, you know, like halftime beat, kind of like a halftime dubstep type beat, but with like these really big saws. So that's really cool. It's just nice overall. Like you kind of go through like a number of rhythmic changes, but I think they all really work together really well. Hell yeah. And then really nice strings on the outro. Yeah, overall, this is just fantastic from start to finish. I have, again, this is the second one in a row. I have no notes. I think this is just fantastic from start to finish. Just such a fucking banger of a tune. Good job, Heirlooms. Thick tune. This is your peak. Indeed. Indeed. You are peaking. Do we have the man's Cruz? Cruz, Zasher, Sincerely, Quivero, and Kevin Kosei. Cruz is here. Hell yeah. Let's give this one a listen. Oh, it's lagging. Do. Okay. Yeah, for whatever reason, it's lagging right now. Nope. We're gonna wait. For some reason, SoundCloud is being retarded right now. I am not sure why. Currently retard maxing. Let me try in another browser. Let's see. Oh, okay. It works in another browser, so let's just do that for now.
wind up them, wind up them. Girl, them wind up them, wind up them, wind up them body. Girl, them wind up them, wind up them, wind up them, wind up them body. Girl, them wind up them body, them body, them body. Girl, them wind up them, wind up them, wind up them. Girl, them wind up them body, body, body. Girl, them wind up them body, body, body. Girl, them wind up them body, body, body. Girl, them wind up them body, them body, them body. Girl, them wind up them, wind up them, wind up them. Girl, them wind up them body, them body, them body. Girl, them wind up them body. Girl, them wind up them body. Girl, them wind up them, wind up them, wind up them. Body. Girl, them wind up them body, them body, them body. Girl, them wind up them, wind up them, wind up them. Girl, them wind up them body, body, body. Girl, them wind up them body, body, body. Girl, them wind up them body, body, body. Girl, them wind up them body, them body, them body.
Hell yeah, thick. Yeah, definitely gives me older night bass vibes. Definitely missed that era. Yeah, super sick. Very lovely drums. Very solid groove with the drums. The vocal is sick. I do feel like the vocal is a bit dry. So yeah, I would definitely add a little bit more reverb to the vocal, kind of give it a little bit more sauce, especially because a lot of your other elements have a nice reverb to it, so it gives it some nice depth. You know, a lot of your other keys, pads, even the bass line has a little bit of reverb to it. So yeah, I think the vocal could use a little bit more too. Kind of put it in the same space as the other elements. The bass line is sick. I absolutely love this bass line. Really wubby, very donkey, very solid groove and phrasing on the bass line. Very nice ear candy as well. You have these kind of like random little whoops in the background that have like these nice delay to them. And then you have like a delay that's like thrown onto some of the crashes and the hats, which is really cool too. Super solid arrangement. I like the variations, the layers that you're using here. So yeah, definitely gets enough change and interest and variation to kind of keep things interesting. Really dig the sound selection, sound design. The keys and the pads are really sick. Overall, very solid arrangement, but I do think that the second build-up definitely needs more energy and tension in it to get into that second drop. The second drop gets a little bit more minimal, but I don't think it's a bad thing by any means. And then you start off like with like almost like a little bit of a fake drop, and then you kind of almost dive right into it, which is cool. I like the change in the melody on the second drop. It's a lot more energetic and a little bit more speedy, I guess, in a way, only that you're kind of using more notes in the melody. And then I really love the addition of the the little organ stab in the second drop. It's very nice.
Girl, them wind up them body, them body, them body. Girl, them wind up them, wind up them, wind up them body.
Yeah, it's super sick, man. Yeah, the reality is I think you just need to work on the mix down a little bit and then adding a little more tension to that second build. It doesn't need a whole lot. Yeah, it's just a matter of getting more tension out of that.
Girl, them wind up them body. Girl, them wind up them, wind up them, wind up them body.
Yeah, I mean the easiest thing to do is just add in a riser. Riser or kind of like a reverse white noise would also work too. You don't need to get super crazy with it, but yeah, it definitely needs more energy and tension in that second build. But yeah, super dope. Really dig the vibes here, Young Cruz. Feel free to start sending me more tunes. Let's see if we can get some more releases for the year. You already know the demo email, so yeah, just if you want to send more stuff over, you're welcome to. Hell yeah. Thick tune. Good job, Cruz. All right. Do we got Zasher in the chat? Zasher in the chat. Zasher in the chat. Then Sinceriously, then Quivero, then Kevin Kosei. Sick. Oh, we got a couple more submissions. Sinceriously is here. Zasher, are you here? If you're not here, I do have to skip you. Unfortunately. Zasher. What's up, Young Melee? Oh, there you are. Okay, I almost skipped you. That's what I'm saying, guys. You guys gotta be in the chat. Otherwise, I'm gonna skip you. Okay, Zasher is here, so let's dive into this tune. We got Zasher, then Sinceriously, Quivero, Kevin Kosei, Maui, and then Kelly B. So yeah, if you heard your name, stick around. I'll get to your tune. What a fucking banger, dude. Yeah, DMC News. I saw you at Industry Hours. I'm local to LA. But yeah, this is a little live feedback stream. I listen to people's tunes, kind of vibe out, and I give them feedback on all sorts of stuff. Artistic stuff, mixed down stuff, all sorts of things. Just to help out. This is basically my way of giving back to the community. But yeah, this was a fucking funky ass tune. It kind of gives me like Kaytranada vibes too, which is really sick. Yeah, really good job, Zasher. Let me go to my notes here. Very nice kick. It's super punchy. Definitely cuts through the mix. The bassline groove here is fantastic. It just grooves so nice. It's in that pocket there. Again, it kind of gives me like a reminiscence of Kaytranada, which is fantastic. Super solid groove. You kind of just like want to like rock back and forth. I love the piano stab. It definitely has like kind of this nostalgic feel to it. I do think the piano stab that you got going on in this first breakdown should probably come up in the mix a little bit more. It kind of gets drowned out when that vocal comes in. So yeah, it is more of like a background sort of piece and element, but I think in the context of the track, it should probably come up a little bit more. So it's kind of sitting right underneath that vocal. The vocal's fantastic though. I think it's, processed very well. It sits really well in the mix. Again, love the groove on the bass line. The drop is fantastic. The vocal chops are really sick too in that first kind of 8-bar section. I would probably bring up the vocal chops a little bit more in the mix. They don't have to be at the same level as the main vocal, but I would probably bring them so that it's somewhat close to the main vocal. Because you kind of want, when you have vocal chops, you kind of want to have them sitting a little bit more in the background. I put here, the kick can probably come down a smidge in the mix. I do like the sound and the punch of the kick, but it does get a little bit too loud, especially in context with the other elements here. Very nice variations and additional layers going on in the drop sections. So I think you did a good job of keeping things interesting here. Very lovely arrangement overall. It was really easy to follow along. Had a really nice flow to it. Definitely didn't get boring in the least bit. Yeah, pretty much mostly what I'm giving you feedback on is just mixing stuff. I think from sonically, from a sound design standpoint, everything works really well here. Sound selection is fantastic. And it's super groovy. Good job, Zasher. Banging tune. Hell yeah. All right. Sinceriously. Do we got Sinceriously in the chat? Easy to love. That's how you know you have a fucking banging hook, is when it gets stuck in the listener's head. If I'm humming it back afterwards, then you know it's working. You got something. All right, Sinceriously is here. Let's do it. Wow, autoplay. Yeah, but super dope. Let's see what the chat has to say. The waveform has me worried, but like I like the intro so far. And the waveform has you worried. That's funny. Yeah, you can. I guess the waveform kind of signals to you what you can sort of somewhat expect from a track, but not always. I think it's just kind of like a minor visual reference, but not. It's not the whole picture, I guess. Sounds like Gameland. I don't know what that is. I love the ARPs. I do love the ARP too. The ARP is doing a lot of heavy lifting here, but I'm not mad about it. I think the ARP is fantastic. What I probably would do with that arpeggio though is I would probably add in a little automation. You can do a little bit of filter automation so that, maybe in the breakdown sections, add in a little bit of filtering just so that it's a little bit more subdued. But overall, I really love that arpeggio. Let me go to my notes here. Very nice arpeggio. I love the stabs. The stabs feel. I mean, the stabs work. Don't get me wrong. Stabs feel like they could probably use a little bit more reverb, but also kind of a boost in. I think mix wise, they're probably at a good level, but maybe just a little bit more reverb to them. Darmonic says, I feel like it just needs more sound design work. The writing itself is good. However, the sounds themselves don't sound as intricate as they could be. Yeah, I was going to kind of get to that later on in my feedback. I think it definitely needs some additional automation, some additional variations, and some other layers, because there are points where it gets a little bit repetitive. So adding in some more layers and more melodic content and ear candy and that kind of stuff is definitely going to kind of really help this track evolve over the whole course of the runtime. Really like those stabs though. That dun, 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 dun. It kind of makes me feel nostalgic of like early Big Room, almost. But yeah, I like the kind of juxtaposition with the arpeggios, and then you're kind of doing more of like a halftime beat as opposed to like a 4x4 Big Room kind of track, which is kind of cool. The vocal chops are dope. I put here reminds me of early Skrillex, which is funny. I think that works really well. Sick build up melody. I put here it should be louder though. I think it should be brought up in the mix. Yeah, maybe. Actually, I think I'll take that back. I don't think the melody needs to be brought up any louder. It's probably at a good level. I do like the drums and the build up though. I think that's really nicely done. Very nice drums overall. I think the kick is very punchy. Snare is really nice and snappy. Hats are really nice as well. I put here the sub could definitely use a boost, especially in the drop sections. I mean, only in the drop sections. The sub definitely needs to be bigger there. And I think that's in general, that's gonna kind of signal to the listener when there's a change in the overall arrangement. So, getting that nice contrast between your breakdown and the drop section. If you have a thicker sub in the drop section, it's going to tell the listener like, hey, this is the fucking drop, like boom. So yeah, definitely more sub in the drop section. I think the arrangement has a really nice flow to it. I put here the arpeggio does a lot of heavy lifting, but I'm not mad about it. But yeah, as far as the drop sections go, definitely get around to adding in a little bit of automation to that arpeggio. Maybe even some automation to the main kind of melody. Dun, 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 dun. You can play around with opening and closing the envelope. So you're kind of getting a longer stab in some sections. Or even adding in additional layers, introducing new drum samples, introducing new melodic layers, maybe even adding in some strings, that sort of thing. And then I put here the second drop feels a little bit of copy paste, almost like it's essentially the same thing as the first drop. So again, adding in additional layers and variations. I put here you could even potentially do a 4x4 section, you know, instead of doing the kind of more halftime kind of breakbeaty type kick. You can probably do like a 4x4, 4 on the floor kick, kind of get like more of like a housey sort of section, even if it's just for like a short 4-bar or 8-bar type of thing. I think that would be kind of cool to add in a 4x4 section. But yeah, I think overall it's a really solid whip. Really cool sound design, sound selection, really nice melodic content, and that arpeggio is fantastic. Good job, seriously. Hell yeah. All right, Quivero. Quivero, I believe, is still here. I gave you a hard time for not being here earlier. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, let me add in a couple more. Oh, Nacity is here. We got Trey 5. This picture is ridiculous, man. No problem, man. Happy to help. Darmonix. We got a tune from Darmonix. Yeah, we got a lot of tunes today. I'm going to get through the rest of this queue. I'm going to cut it off after Hextide. Hextide, you're going to be the last submission. So I am closing submissions after Hextide. So we got Quivero next. Kevin Kosei, Maui, Kelly B, Onacity, Trey 5, Darmonix, Third Strike, Hextide. So if I called your name, just stick around. We will get to your tune. And I'm also closing submissions, so no more submissions after that. Nice. Yes, very short and sweet. Obviously, this is a whip, but I'm liking what I'm hearing so far. Quivero says, got transition to work on, but laid out the idea. Yeah, so far so good. I think the idea is all there. I think you have everything that you pretty much need. Obviously, you're going to develop out the arrangement further. You're probably going to add in some additional layers, some more stabs, and maybe some pads and keys would be cool. But I think primarily the idea is all there. Love the drums. Kick is fantastic. Snare, hats are very crispy. The mix sounds very clean here. The bassline groove is fantastic. Really nice bassline groove there. The vocal is super sick. I think the vocal sits really well and it sits really nicely in the mix. Very nice reverb there. It's got a lot of depth and space around it. Really good job teasing the drop in that breakdown build-up section. Really nice tension in the build. Overall, obviously, this is a very short whip, but you have everything that you need. I think it sounds fantastic. Drop is very nice. I love the stabbiness. You have like, you know, it's very staccato. Dun, 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 dun. But everything's very tight, very clean, very solid groove. Yeah, I mean, my only piece of feedback is just keep doing what you're doing. Obviously build out the arrangement more. Let's get some more additional layers in there, maybe some pads later on. Maybe even some vocal chops in the drop section. Yeah, I think so far so good. Just keep doing what you're doing. I know I was like, alternative rock. What the fuck's going on here? Not to say that I won't listen to alternative rock. I was flabbergasted by the choice of genre there. But yeah, overall dope tune, Guevaro. Keep doing what you're doing. Hell yeah. All right. Do we have Kevin Kosei? Kosei. Excuse me. Kevin Kosei in the chat. Kevin Kosei. Okay, he's here. Okay, Kevin Kosei, then Maui, Kelly B, Onacity, Trey 5, Darmonix, Third Strike, Hextide. Let's do it.
Just auto face. Just auto face. Just on the face.
Nice. Yeah, super, super thick. Man, this autoplay is killing me. Yeah, super sick. Really thick bass house here. Yeah, it kind of reminds me who made this kind of bass house? Like kind of like almost like that Jaws style of bass house, you know? Like 2016, 2015, yeah, super sick though. The sound design here is fantastic. Yeah, let's go to the notes here. Put the track on one, repeat one, it doesn't do that. Yeah, I probably should do that, huh? Sick bassline melody in the intro, specifically. Got like this nice little respace to kind of kick things off. I put here reminds me of Dune, oddly enough. I think it's just the melody that you're playing in the intro kind of reminds me of Dune in a way. The vocal's really cool. It's got that kind of like really deep grumbliness. It's a little bit difficult to hear, but I mean, I think that's kind of par for the course for this style anyways, so I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. A very nice tension in the build. I think there's a lot of energy there, which is fantastic. And then there's a really nice payoff with the drop. Really kind of cool fake out. You kind of did the fake out twice, but on the second one, it was almost like it was more of like an extended build. But yeah, really cool fake out on the drop. The drop is fat. Sub is very nice, very thick. I love the groove there with the bass line. Really nice, obviously, again, really nice sound design. The ear candy is very cool. You kind of have like these nice little lasers that pop up. Very solid drums. Very solid arrangement overall. And nice extended build on the second drop, and then nice variations. My only piece of feedback that I was going to give is probably, I think the lower mid-range probably needs a little bit of cleanup, because there's a lot of sounds that are overlapping there. So we're getting just a smidge of muddiness between some of your bass sounds and then some of the other kind of random ear candy and stuff. So it's starting to almost be like a traffic jam right there in that lower mid-range. Again, the sub sounds fantastic. The top end sounds great too. It's probably just that lower mid-range that just needs a little bit of cleanup in the mix. But from like a sound design standpoint and then arrangement, everything works really, really well here. So yeah, that's all I got for you, Kevin. Really, really dope tune. Hell yeah. Out of Face. Okay, do we got Maui in the chat? Maui in the chat. Yeah, no problem, man. Happy to help. Maui is here. Okay. Maui is in the chat. We got Maui, then Kelly B, Onacity, Trey 5, Darmonix, Third Strike, Hextide. All right, let's try and power through these. Boom, 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 boom.
I swear, don't wanna hurt myself no more. I don't get it. Nobody tells me that I'm hurt. Enough. Always try to turn it back, but it's a new day. Da-da-dun-dun-dun. Don't wanna hurt myself no more. real. I look okay, but that's just not how I feel. I said some things I should have said more. My words weren't right, your jaw hit the floor. I wish I said what I thought I said before. 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 What I thought I said
Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. This is such a vibe. It makes you think about becoming a better person. That's fucking hilarious. Oh man, you're killing me here. Frosty Dub says this has vibes. Absolutely, there's so many vibes here. Let's go to my notes. Love the chords. The chord progression is fantastic. Vocals are very nice. Obviously, this is a remix for Drake. So I think obviously you're working with some very nice vocals to begin with. Probably didn't have to do a ton of processing to them. Reverb is nice overall. You got a nice little vinyl crackle in there too. I just put here one word, vibes. Definitely has vibes here. Added in some additional vocal layers in that intro, which is nice. Very nice groove on the drop, and then you're adding in like additional layers as we're moving forward. Some nice little hats, some little additional drums coming in, and then kind of just like opening up that melody, which is very nice. But overall, it has just a really nice arrangement and progression to this track. Second breakdown, also some very nice drums, adding in like an additional kick to kind of just like give us some like nice little rhythm, kind of keep the energy and the interest moving and going forward. I put here maybe adding in some additional transitional effects. Specifically, what struck out to me was going, if you can see my arrow, my little cursor here, going from this like breakdown section where the kick was into the little build up here, probably adding in a little bit of like exhaust white noise would be nice before going into that second drop. Second drop is fantastic. I love that the track evolves so much over the course of the entire runtime. The second drop obviously has a lot more variation and change to it, which is very, very nice. And the only other thing that really just struck out to me is like after this second drop finished, you had like this random kind of drum fill. It felt kind of clunky to me. I don't know. It felt almost unnecessary. I probably would just take that out entirely. But yeah, that's really all I got for you. Maybe removing that drum fill and adding in some transitional effects. But overall, this is a fantastic tune. I think it's mixed very well. It's very clean, very nice master to it. Very solid sound selection, really nice flow and arrangement. Just really good job overall. Good job, Maui. Hell yeah. All right. We got Kelly B in the chat. Kelly B is here. All right. Kelly B, Onacity, Tray 5, Darmonix, Third Strike, and Hextide. Let's do it. Nice. Dude, what a fucking banger, man. What a fucking banger. I don't know what a golden lock is, but I would concur. I would concur. This waveform is giving me high hopes. Absolutely goated. Goated indeed. Really love this tune. DMV forever. Yeah, this is fantastic. Going to my notes here. Very sick vocal. Very nice processing on the vocal. Love the build up. Really nice energy, tension overall. Very nice melodies. The drop is fucking wild. I absolutely love it. Sound design goes crazy. The groove and the swing is so clean. It's so crisp. You know, there's not like any, you know, there's plenty of space here, but like, you know, everything is utilized very, very, very well. Very efficient. But the groove and the swing is so clean. Really nice distortion on your bass elements. The mix is very clean here. Master is thick. Sub is thick as well. I love the variations. Super solid arrangement. And I love the fake out on the second drop. I really don't have anything to really add. All I would say is I would have probably liked the second drop to be a smidge longer, because I almost didn't want the track to end. So I think if anything, it's just a compliment. It's like, this track is fantastic. I think it probably could just go a little bit longer. That's really all I got for you. I think whatever you're doing here is fantastic, and you just got to keep doing it. Yeah, good job, Kelly B. Killing it with the tunes. with the DMB. All right. Do we got Onacity? Onacity in the chat. Onacity is here. Onacity, trade 5, Darmonix, Third Strike, Hextide. Only 5 left. Now we're calling it quits.
Diz aqui, sente o valor. Tô problema, sou calor. Toda tá na boa. Tô problema, sou calor. Tô calor. Tô calor. Tô calor. Tô calor. Ela desce rindo, vascando pra foto. Diz que não gosta, mas volta de novo. Sobe na moto, cedura de lado. Me chama de chefe, eu faço esbrabo. Te do bavo, enfiaram sorrindo. Diz que no futuro eu tô explodindo. Hoje é só dessa, suor e mistério. Diz aqui, sente o valor. Do problema, sou calor. Toda tá na boa. Aqui sente o valor. Do problema, sou calor. Toda tá na boa. Tô calor. Tô calor. Tô calor. Tô calor.
Nice. Super sick. Very, very groovy tune here. All right. Chat says, nice. What a sassy intro. Makes me want to go rob a jewelry store. Indeed. Fetty Legrand, Mr. Wazo vibes. Yeah, definitely getting the Fetty Legrand there. You know, like older Fetty Legrand. I wasn't thinking about that, but yeah, for sure. My inner Slav is squatting right now. That's funny. Yeah, super sick. It's very solid groove, very sick vocal. The vocal is very nice. Nice little rhythm to it. Nice groove to it. Definitely adds a lot of character to the track. The drop is very nice. Love a lot of the ear candy. A lot of like really random kind of sounds, but they all work very cohesively. They work really well with the other sounds you picked here. So very, very good sound selection. Nice layers and variations. So really nice flow to the track overall. Very solid arrangement. Vocal sits in the mix very nicely. Love the change up on the second build. You kind of have a more drawn out build up and a little bit of a fake out. Second drop is fantastic. The only thing that I put here is that the second drop could probably use a little bit more layers and variations. If not a variation on the baseline melody, maybe just adding in additional layers. Either drums, you can put in like a ride loop to kind of finish off the tail end of this drop section. Little ride loop, or even some additional like synth layer would kind of set it off. I would just need a little bit more variation on the second drop just to keep things a little bit interesting and kind of eliminate a little bit of the repetition. But that's really the only thing I heard here. I think everything is fantastic. Good job, Onacity. Hell yeah. All right. Do we got Trey 5 in the chat? Trey 5. Okay, Trey 5 is here. Trey 5, Darmonix, Third Strike, Hextide. Last 4. Dude, dude, this fucking picture is killing you right now. This fucking dog with like the fucking Edgar cut. It's fucking killing me, man. Oh man. Any hoops. This is just a whip. Yes, indeed. Obviously it's just a start to an idea, but yeah, I think he was the best man at my wedding. Yeah, definitely a whip here, but yeah, good start to an idea. Need to work on an intro and the rest and the build up. Tisoki vocal, so classic. Yeah, overall, I think it's a really good start to an idea. Obviously, it needs to be kind of developed out further as far as like an arrangement. We need like a nice little intro, a little build up. You do have like a little bit of a build up, but I think it needs to be longer for sure. You can kind of drag it out a little bit more, play around with the energy and tension. I think you got the swing down very well with the drums though. Very nice swing and groove on the drums, as well as the bass line. I really like the arpeggio. I don't hear a lot of arpeggios in dubstep, but I think it works really well for, you know, how random it is. The other major thing I was going to say is that the sub in the drop section definitely needs to be bigger. The sub, especially for like a dubstep track, it definitely needs to have a thicker sub in the drop section for sure. But I think overall, again, like I said, I think it's a really solid start to an idea. Definitely develop it further. Put a solid arrangement, longer build up, and thicker sub in the drop section. Hell yeah, Trey 5. Yeah, normally whenever Daddy JP comes in and joins the stream, he usually sends like random pictures like this. But yeah, it's always nice to have a little comic relief. Darmonix is in the chat as well, so let's do this. Darmonix, Frosty, Third Strike, and Hextide. Let's do it.
Fuck you, Darmani.
Golden 102.3. New radio. This song is a war crime. You're in the right place for shitty music. You ready to enter the battle zone? It's a smoked out new party. Alcoholic mixtapes.
Nuclear launch detected.
Smoking is now legal. You know what happens after a nuke. Smoke. Nuke radio. Legalize nuclear bombs. This is my garbage, but I can't stop listening to. This song is a war crime. You're in the right place for shitty music. You ready to enter the battle zone? Tactical nuke incoming! It's a smoked out new party. Alcoholic mixtapes. We just nuked the building. Smoking is now legal. You know what happens after a nuke. Smoke. Nuke radio. Legalize nuclear bombs.
Fuck you, Darmani.
Nice, dude. What a fucking banger, man. Sound design is fantastic, and the fucking swing. Yeah, super sick. Very sick intro. Love the low end. Very thick, very huge. Really nice chord progression. That snare is fantastic. It's very snappy. Cuts right through the mix. Sick build up. Yeah, lots of like really cool pauses. So it's like, you know, it's definitely adding a lot of tension, anticipation for what's to come. Really cool, like random vocal teases too. Definitely adds to the overall theme here. The drop is fat. Love the sound design. Really nice swing. Really nice change up and variations in the bass line on that first drop. Overall, very nice arrangement, very solid, really nice and easy flow to it. The only thing I got, I mean, as you already mentioned it, I think the second drop just needs more variations, but other than that, this is fantastic. From the sound design standpoint, sound selection, mixing, mastering, everything sounds very clean here. Yeah, just a little bit of more variation on that second drop, but this is fantastic. Hell yeah. Good job, Darmonics. Thick tune. Hell yeah. All right, Frosty. Frosty in the chat. Frosty. Do. Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah. Frosty's here, and then Hextide, you still here? You're gonna be the last one. Frosty.
Badman. Badman. I've always been a bit of a boss man. Badman. A real badman. Combination. Badman. He's a true bad one. Real combination.
Top shot does pull out them things.
Badman. 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 I've always been a bit of a boss man. Combination. Badman. He's a true bad one. Real combination.
Top shot does pull out them things.
Badman. 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 Badman.
Damn, thick tune. Always been a bit of a boss man. Super sick. Yeah, really love a lot of the sound selection, sound design here. Love the sub on it as well. Very nice reverb and delays in the intro. Adds this like really nice big space. Very nice groove. Really dig the sound design. Love the bass line on the low end and the drop section. Really sick ear candy. Nice variations too on that. That's actually St. Gillis Jamaican accent. That's fucking crazy. That's hilarious. Yeah, the vocal works really well. For how random it is, it works really well. Very nice variations in the drop. I put here, I might swap out the kick for something a little bit more punchy that cuts through the mix. Only because you have such a big sub. The kick that you're using here is a little bit more round and boxy, so it's not really cutting through that sub as it should. So I would probably swap it out for something with a little bit more punch to it, something with a little bit more click on the top end. And then I would also do a little bit more of an aggressive side chain with that kick, cutting through the sub. Yeah, the breakbeat is fantastic. This whole breakbeat section, it fits very, very nicely in the arrangement, and it's so like seamless and it flows through really, really well. And then the only other thing I put here is that I might put in some variation on the bassline melody for the second drop, because it kind of just feels like it's more of the same thing. So the only idea that really came to mind is either playing around with that synth and using maybe some different wavetables, or you can just change the LFO timing. So instead of the whoa, 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 you can maybe do a slower one. Whoa, 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 whoa. You know, like you can play around with the LFO or play around with the actual sound of it, just so you get a little bit more variation, a little bit more mileage out of it. But yeah, really, really digging the vibes here. Really thick, really sick sound design. Good job, Frosty and Melee. Hell yeah. All right, last tune of the night from Hextide. Hextide, you still here? Hextide is still here. Okay, let's do it. Last one of the night. Dude, super sick. Yeah, I agree, Frosty. I was not expecting the drop. Oh yeah, Alex Norman, I'm sorry, but I closed submissions. This was actually the last tune of the night. But I do this every week, so I'm literally here every single Monday. If you want to submit something next week, I will be here for sure. Hextide, yeah, this is sick. I was not expecting that drop when I heard the intro. I was actually expecting more like dubstep or halftime or something. But yeah, this was a really nice surprise. Very nice vocal, really clean mix overall. Very nice tension in the build. The drop is fantastic. Love the sound design. Very solid groove. Very clean mixing going on here. Very like punchy. You know, there's lots of like very staccato type stuff. And it's very just like clean. I put here probably I would add in some transitional effects going from your drop into your breakdown. Simple, you know, white noise, exhaust type stuff, or even like a sub drop could work too. But yeah, adding in some transitional effects would be nice in between sections, just so that we have like kind of like this seamless transition. And then you kind of get a little bit more dramatic with the second break, which is nice, bringing back that vocal. And then the only other thing I put here is, and the reason why I played this second drop again, is right here when you do the fake out, I would remove the sidechain from that section. So like the beats, the bass line, everything has space to breathe. And since a kick isn't playing there, it feels a little bit random almost that the sidechain is going and there's no kick there. So I would just leave it open, disable the sidechain just for that small little fake out, and then bring it back when you get back into the drop right here at like 149, 150. But yeah, that's really all I got for you. I think this is a fantastic tune. Very nice sound design, super clean mix, really nice sound selection. Very nice energy. Good job, Hextide. All right. This was a much longer stream than usual. Usually I only go for like an hour or 2 hours. This was 3 hours. So yeah, thanks to everybody who joined the stream today. If you aren't already, go follow myself and my label and all the things. Join the Discord. I do this every week. I will be back again next Monday, same time, same place, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Here on Twitch. Hope you guys enjoy the